I'm bad at Pokemon. Like, losing to CPU gym leaders bad at Pokemon. So, when Pokemon Champions released and my feed was bombed with people being good at the game and hitting Master Ball tier, I felt pretty left out. So, I decided I too would hit Master Ball rank. Better yet, I would do it with Pokemon I enjoy. Unfortunately, I am terrible at VGC, and all the VGC I've played before this has pretty much been blindly clicking buttons and hoping for the best. But I just spent the last few days studying. No, not something useful, studying Pokemon. And I think now I actually have a decent understanding of what's going on. The first thing we'll need is a team of 6 Pokemon, each with 4 moves, items, and carefully customized stats. This process is commonly compared to being the sous chef at the finest restaurant in the world. The most complicated thing I have ever made is a Hot Pocket, and this is my first attempt at building a team. Behold! The Mighty Mice! Okay, I think it's fair to say that I need help with this part, so I've reached out to one of the best Pokemon players I know to help me build a team made up of 5 of my favorite Pokemon and 1 Pokemon of his choice. Okay, this is looking a little better. Behold, the Mighty Mice 2. This is usually the part of a competitive Pokemon video where the creator breaks down what each Pokemon does, but I am terrible and have no credibility, so instead I will put the team details on screen and then share a fun fact. For example, when I was younger, I used to think the blasting part of Blastoise was a backpack. Snorlax. Snorlax can actually open his eyes. Have you ever seen him open his eyes? Now you have. You're welcome. This is Iljone's selection for Rigorath. This one's really exciting because, as we all know, giraffes don't exist in real life, so pretty cool to see one in this fantasy game. Alright, now we got Torterra. I can actually give insight here. If Torterra touches ice, or if ice touches Torterra, he explodes. Dead instantly. So, yeah, I know Pokemon pretty good.
Let's eat.
Okay, Aerodactyl. I really like Aerodactyl's name because Game Freak took the name Pterodactyl and made it into Aerodactyl to avoid getting copyright claimed by Science, which, you know, was a huge save for the team. Dedenne, one of the strongest Pokemon ever created. Iljone thinks the same thing. That's it. So the Mighty Mice 2 are ready. The only question that remains is, am I? Oh, my bad. Let me change it. All right. It's supposed to say misery. I just thought saying mastery would just look cool for the, you know, the intro. No, the beginning games went terribly. Let me just fix that. There we go. Keep going. My bad. My first battle. The game gives you 90 seconds to pick which 4 Pokemon you're going to bring to a battle based off of your opponent's team. And to be honest, this means nothing to me as of right now. Like, I could not tell you what half these Pokemon do. Okay, first instinct here. Nothing. I got no clue what to do. Is this a Dedenne game? Let's be honest, every game is a Dedenne game. The goal in any given game is to knock out all of your opponent's Pokemon. And you do that by chasing these 2 core ideas. Hit them before they hit you, and hit them harder than they hit you. Right off the bat, I was not accomplishing either of these goals. Am I weak to that? Dang! And then he water pulsed in Torterra? Wait, what? Why did that do so much? I should be moving first. See, that's interesting to me. You see, the moves for a Pokemon turn are selected all at once. On any given turn, each Pokemon has a speed stat, and the actual move they selected has a priority. Here's a graph that models a turn in Pokemon. The priority number of the move the Pokemon just selected moves them up and down the graph's y-axis, and the Pokemon's individual speed stat moves them left and right on the x-axis. Everything is now set for the turn to play out, and it plays out just like how you would read a page in a book. top to bottom, left to right. Charizard is the first to move with Protect because it has the highest priority, followed by Incineroar, who uses Fake Out with +3 priority. Garchomp and Pelipper both selected moves with 0 priority, but Garchomp gets to move first because its individual speed stat is higher than Pelipper's. But in this current game, my Pokemon are way slower, so as we're using our powerful 0 priority moves, I am constantly getting hit first. And my first game ends without accomplishing anything. Now we just have to hope that that Blastoise doesn't KO my... Okay, well, I didn't get a single kill. I'm probably gonna get demoted. There are 3 tiers we need to make it through in order to hit Master Ball: Pokeball tier, Great Ball tier, and Ultra Ball tier. At each tier, not only do your opponents get better at the game, but you are required to win progressively more games than you lose in order to advance. The good news is right now, I don't have to win too many games in order to advance through Pokeball tier, and Iljone gave me a basic strategy to use on the first turn of each game, which I used for the first time on game 2. Dragonite and Palafin with a little heart on his chest. That's really cute, actually. Once again, just like last game, my Pokemon are much slower than my opponent, but this is commonly going to be the case, and it's actually intentional. Blastoise can use Fake Out, which is a +3 priority move, causing one of the opposing Pokemon to flinch, being unable to move for the turn. And Farigiraf will use a move which our entire strategy revolves around: Trick Room. Okay, now the turn starts. Bah! Alright, good job, me. And now we get off the Trick Room. So you know how I just did all that yapping about speed order and priority and blah blah blah? We just use Trick Room. So that takes the speed order and flips it for 5 turns, meaning Pokemon with a lower speed stat will now move before Pokemon with a higher speed stat, which is good because my Pokemon are generally on the slower side. But to be honest, I have no idea how fast my opponent's Pokemon are, so I start judging them based off their looks. I would think the fish is faster than me. They both look fast, and I'm a turtle. Very quickly, I lost track of everything. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Am I dead? I'm fighting for my life right now, and this is genuinely the lowest rank you can be in the game. But without even really realizing it, constantly having the speed order reversed really started working in my favor thanks to Snorlax having such a low speed stat. I wasn't doing much damage, but just moving first was enough to give me my first win. If that doesn't kill... We have beat a human! Now that I had won a game, I was convinced I was the best player in the world and could lose to no one. So I immediately abandoned Ilyone's strategy. Alakazam, he's like, you know, bending spoons with his mind, so he's gonna Trick Room instantly. The game begins as Alakazam and Machamp stand across from Snorlax and Blastoise. Snorlax and Blastoise have a combined total of 3 weaknesses: Fighting, Grass, and Electric. And genius me just sent out Snorlax directly in front of a Fighting type. And now I put out Snorlax directly in front of a Fighting type. I am stupid. The turn begins and Alakazam Mega Evolves. That's really cool. Ew, his feet are holding hands. Stop doing that. Alakazam and Machamp both outspeed my Pokemon. This scenario is what the move Protect is for. It has a priority of +4 and prevents users from being affected by moves for the turn. I protect Snorlax and Alakazam uses a super effective Grass-type attack into Blastoise, which I suppose caught me a little off guard. My Water Spout does very little damage. That's gonna do actually nothing. Okay. Oh my... This coming turn, Snorlax is still in a lot of danger from Machamp's super effective Fighting type attack, so of course protecting again would be great. Unfortunately, it would not be smart to do so, as each time you use Protect in succession, the likelihood of it succeeding decreases. So the next turn, Snorlax, who is slower than Machamp, goes down, and the rest of my team is quick to follow. Yeah, okay, that's game. My best turn is when I just attacked. That guy he clicked super effective attacks into the right slot, and then that was game. Okay, I'm back. I went back and watched those games. Something I noticed was that I died instantly every game. So now we're gonna go ahead and play a couple more games here, and I don't need to win, right? I just want to stay alive for like more than 2 turns. Watching those games back is where I learned my first lesson: respecting offensive pressure. Every Pokemon has a typing, and so do their attacks. This sort of functions as a rock, paper, scissors, but you know, a little more complex, and turn order plays a factor as well. For example, on the first turn of my next game, Charizard is faster than Blastoise, and also knows the move Solar Beam, which is super effective into Blastoise. Charizard will always be moving first unless something else is done to change that. Blastoise uses the +3 priority move Fake Out, stopping Charizard from using its 0 priority move Solar Beam. Whimsicott then uses Tailwind, which doubles the speed stat of my opponent's team for the next 4 turns. Tailwind is actually the most common form of speed control, and that's because doubling your speed stat for 4 turns is fantastic. Unless, of course, Trick Room goes up, meaning my opponent's Tailwind is no longer working in their favor. Now Blastoise will be moving before Charizard and threaten some huge water-type attacks. And with the help of the incredibly slow Snorlax on my side, I am able to win the game because I am constantly moving first. Now we can probably seal the deal here. With a Tailwind, a Trick... Okay. Yes! So this is what Cybertron feels like, huh? Now, with just one more win, we will advance to Great Ball. I feel like Torterra does well here, but maybe not. Like, what do I know? I guess it should kind of be a rule, like if I don't know what to do, I just go with Farigiraf Blastoise, because that's what Iljone said to do, and he's smarter than me. Okay, that guy's on a 5-win streak. The game begins with my opponent sending out Garchomp and Venusaur. Venusaur is super threatening into Blastoise, and there's also a chance it's faster. Luckily, I can stop Venusaur from moving for the turn with Fake Out, and use Farigiraf Psychic, which Venusaur is weak to hopefully get the knockout. Unfortunately, there is still one more move I have not gotten a proper introduction to. Rock Slide. It hits both of the opposing Pokemon and has a 30% chance to make each of the opposing Pokemon flinch. The only downside being it is 90% accurate. The turn starts, Blastoise fakes out Venusaur, Garchomp uses Rock Slide and hits both of my Pokemon, causing Farigiraf to flinch. That's so unfortunate. No Trick Room this turn, and my position has not improved. Venusaur is still threatening Blastoise with big, super effective damage. So I switch out Blastoise and switch in Aerodactyl. I think Farigiraf Aerodactyl has got to be the ugliest combo I've ever seen. I'm like, I could Tailwind and Trick Room, you have no idea. Switching your Pokemon for the turn occurs before any move executes, except now the Pokemon you switched in is vulnerable to any incoming attacks. Garchomp uses Dragon Claw into Farigiraf. The Grass-type Energy Ball, hoping to hit Blastoise, does a decent amount to Aerodactyl. And Farigiraf Psychic brings Venusaur to critical health. It doesn't kill, that's pretty crazy. No knockout, but that's okay. Aerodactyl now outspeeds both of my opponent's Pokemon, and I will for sure be able to knock out Venusaur with dual Wing Beat. Then I can set up Trick Room for Blastoise, who is waiting in the back. The turn starts and Venusaur uses Protect, which blocks my dual Wing Beat, keeping Venusaur alive for another turn. Rock Slide hits both of my Pokemon and knocks out Aerodactyl. Luckily this time Farigiraf did not flinch, and I'm able to get up Trick Room. This lets Farigiraf knock out Venusaur the following turn before it can hit Blastoise. Okay, we're staying alive. That's the good part. And I mean, because you can't win if you're not alive. My opponent reveals Incineroar, who knows the move Fake Out. Surely, my opponent will Fake Out Blastoise, preventing it from using Water Spout, a move that does more damage the more HP you have, and right now, I have a lot. However, I'm going to tell you something that my opponent and I right now both are completely forgetting. Farigiraf has the ability Armor Tail, which means while Farigiraf is out on the field, my Pokemon are protected from opposing priority moves, meaning Incineroar's Fake Out with +3 priority is about to fail, and my Blastoise will be able to move no problem. We'll just use it anyway. I think we get faked out no matter what, but that's okay. He forgot about it, but more importantly, I forgot about that. That worked out so well. Oh my. That was intentional. And with Trick Room still up, there wasn't too much the remaining Garchomp could do. Get him, Blastoise. Big damage. Yes! Oh my gosh. We both forgot about Armor Tail. And I won because of it. We ended his win streak. You can't win if you don't stay alive. So good job, me. 3 win streak. Cutscene? Or you want me to voice act? Ah! The Caraway. I'm so thrilled to meet you. I don't even know what to say. That's actually crazy because she's been talking nonstop since she walked in the room. The transition to Great Ball wasn't so bad, and there was certainly no lack of interesting teams. Call me stupid, I'm about to bring the Dene. Hold on. And I noticed I started to be able to form a little bit more of a game plan based off of my opponent's Pokemon, which is something that was really overwhelming for me at first. Here I recognized there were 2 strong, slow, and bulky Pokemon on the opposing team, so my typical Blastoise Farigiraf Trick Room strategy might not work here, so I should probably change it up. So I led with Aerodactyl to set Tailwinds and Torterra because it's good against Garganacl, Aggron, and a potential Mega Gyarados. And this led me to be in a good spot when the game started. Okay, well, I was assuming they were going to bring Gyarados right off rip, so I think that this is a good lead for me. I think. Aerodactyl set up Tailwind, and Torterra did lots of damage to Garganacl, who then used a move I have never heard of. Salt Cure. That didn't do that much. What does that do? Yeah, I'm about to Google what is Salt Cured. I've never heard of that in my life. 1/8 of target's max HP every turn. Okay, that's fine. Bro, what? Gyarados also used Dragon Dance, raising his attack and speed. I go to finish off Garganacl, but he protects and Aerodactyl goes down. That's a dead bird. So I send out Blastoise, who's going to be able to move first and get a double KO. But I forgot about Gyarados' speed boost. So what I thought would be 2 free KOs quickly turned into an even playing field in a final 2v2. Like, how much faster do I really need to go? I don't know. It's a genuine question. I have no idea. Surely I move first. Dang. Get him, Blastoise! This better do 8% to Gyarados or I'm gonna freak out. Okay, that's good. It's times like these when it's a 2v2 and every single HP of your Pokemon counts, where you just think, man, I wish I had the Dene. If he throws out Dragonite and Garchomp, I still might lose, but that would be really cool. If he doesn't, if he throws out anyone else, I'm in so much danger. Okay, I have Dark Pulse for that, so that's fine. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I don't think Blastoise is gonna go before Gengar. That's the problem. Oh my gosh, the Dene went first. It did not do. Oh my gosh, it did nothing. I need to see Blastoise go next. Yes! Please kill. Oh my gosh, the Dene. Yes, the Dene. Yes, indeed. The Dene clutch. At this point, I feel like I've got a pretty good understanding of my Pokemon. Like, I've been playing and looking up so much information about the game, and all this knowledge is so fresh on my mind, and it feels like I'm perfectly set up to go straight to Ultra Ball. It's just a matter of time. I moved. And I have not been playing the game in the meantime. But luckily, this isn't really a game where you have to, you know, keep playing to keep yourself fresh. Or at least, that's what I thought. Everything was going fine for the day until I learned what ability Steelix has. And from there, it was downhill. Like, they should both die. Right now, please. Huh? Sturdy? He's getting sturdy? That's really bad. Okay. What? Uh-oh. Okay, something's dead. It's me. Solar... Bro! I lost the game! Oh, no. Bro, we got Grandpa Basculegion? They already picked their team, and I haven't even clicked one button yet. She looks a little too happy to be sending out Charizard and Incineroar. Okay, I'm gonna make a gamble here. Okay. Why am I saying that on turn 1? This is why I can't rank up in this game. Oh my gosh, hold on, flinch, please. Live. Oh my gosh, no one flinch. There's no way Meganium goes next. There's 2 points of speed difference. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. From this point forward, I decided to talk my decisions out loud, explaining why my current action is going to help me in a future game state. So that way, when I lose, I can see exactly what went wrong. On the day, I think I'm like 2-8. So I'm gonna play until I lose. So this is my last game. After that, I'm just gonna VOD review and stop playing. I just need to think. Okay, he's on a 2-win streak. Here's my thought, first turn. I'm gonna talk nice and slow. Okay, well, I was expecting to lose that game. We actually won that game, but that's because I clicked Rain Dance repeatedly on Farigiraf, and that worked great. So let's move on to the next game, where we lose. Imagine. That is so good for me. That worked great. Goodbye. There we go. I mean, we're faster. We gotta take advantage of it. We're faster. Seemingly out of nowhere, justifying every decision I was making out loud forced me to actually have a reason for every decision. This allowed me to always look for a better option or a way to prepare for a future game state. So I was caught off guard a lot less often, and the wins started piling up. Okay, Torterra gets to go next. Surely. Oh my gosh. Although I was playing a lot better, it certainly wasn't all me. I was getting plenty of lucky breaks that took close games and pushed them way more in my favor than they ever should have been in the first place. This has been a brutal watch. No, that's game ending. Oh my gosh. Torterra at negative 80,000. Excellent. Okay. After resolving to stop after my next loss, I have gone on to win 6 games in a row and have officially advanced to Ultra Ball. Great. Yes! Let's go, baby! Okay, we gotta stop there. We gotta stop there. We made it to Ultra Ball. By getting a 6-win streak. That's pretty good. Okay, well, anyway, I'll be back at this rate next month. This is Mega Charizard Y. And that's a rock. Rock-type attacks are 4 times stronger against Mega Charizard Y, and it is the goal of any Charizard player to keep their lizard as far away from these rock-type attackers as possible, using other members of their team to get rid of the rock throwers for Charizard to then clean house. This Pokemon micro matchup positioning concept would be my next big lesson to learn. So let's look at one of my first matches in Ultra Ball. Here's the opposing team. Alright, what jumps out? 4 fire types, chlorophyll user. This is definitely Mega Charizard Y. So we for sure are going to bring Aerodactyl in the back and save him to outspeed Charizard when he's stuck on the field. But first we got to get through the rest of his team. So, 2 ghost types, no super obvious fighting type move. This is a Snorlax game. Thick Fat having the offensive stat of those fire type moves and Crunch doing super effective damage to 2 of the Pokemon, Snorlax should be pretty hard to remove. And in order to best use Snorlax, we will need to be in Trick Room, which also works great because Farigiraf Psychic is super effective into Venusaur, who Blastoise is actively trying to avoid while he helps set up Trick Room. We're still in the warm-up phase of the day where I act like a moron. Okay, you're on a 2-win streak. Okay, that's fine. The game starts, Farigiraf and Blastoise stare down Venusaur and Charizard. Farigiraf needs to get up Trick Room to get Snorlax going, and Blastoise can pick which target he least wants to take an attack from. Blastoise fakes out Venusaur, causing him to be unable to move for the turn, and Charizard launches the one attack I forgot about. Solar Beam, directly into Blastoise, putting him at critical health. I cannot believe I hits. Farigiraf sets up Trick Room, reversing the speed order. Snorlax switches in. Rain Dance puts away the sun, pressuring Charizard to switch out, and Venusaur to run away from the now faster Farigiraf. And this allows me to get off a Belly Drum, maxing out Snorlax's attack. With Snorlax now at 400% attack and outspeeding the whole opposing team, I'm able to knock out Venusaur and Basculegion, just leaving Rotom and Charizard on the field, who are both weak to rock types. Meaning my opponent can't do anything as Aerodactyl enters the field, outspeeds everyone, and takes both knockouts for the win. Actually a good instance of Snorlax. The only one, I think, ever since Pokeball tier. And clearly, I am incredible at Pokemon, and have not cherry-picked the game where I played by far the best. And just to prove it, here is my next game. On the first turn, my screen goes out. Couldn't tell you what's happening. My controller's vibrating. Yep. Who knows what's gonna happen? Everyone's still alive and I got poisoned. And I end up setting up Trick Room on accident. Welp. That is so tilting. And then Blastoise passes out, losing the one thing I brought that could actually do damage to Corviknight, and I lose. Okay, hold on, I'll pop a Google search on this. Fire and electric. Ain't nothing I can do to that. Yeah, after all, I suppose every game is a learning experience. And although ultimately not much progress was made today, at all. Okay, so I lost almost every single game today. I think I played like 10. Slow and steady will win the race. It's like 12 days later. That wouldn't be a problem, except I did happen to realize that there's a season. The season ends in one day. The in-game ranked ladder has a seasonal model. So every 30 or 40 days, the season ends, final rankings are determined, and your rank gets reset all the way back down to Pokeball tier, which for all intensive purposes would suck. However, I did go ahead and make my first change to the team in Farigiraf. I don't think I click Helping Hand very often, and when I do, I have pretty much no idea if that's actually, you know, needed or not. So I put Low Kick on there in case I run into any King Gambit. And when I say in case, it means when I do every single game, I then can two-shot it, which is great because it was like an 18 shot, which felt excessive to me. And usually I lost the game by like the 11th time I hit the King Gambit. So that is my first adaptation here. No changes to the Dene, because he's perfect. So anyway, with that being said, we got about 24 hours until I scrap this entire video. And, yeah, quit YouTube. Let us begin. This is one of the first teams that I know, like, all the Pokemon. This is like a Gen 1 team. Okay, minus the Giraffe. Back on the Ultra Ball grind. The first game, Armortail allowed me to get off an early Trick Room and take 2 quick KOs. He's thinking long and hard about which 2 Pokemon to pick out of his last 2. Genuinely forgot that was on his team. Oh, Kangaskhan is about to fake me out. But he can't because of Armortail, and he's about to forget it. 3, 2, 1. Wait for it. Hold on. I wasn't ready for the animation. Give it a second. Bro, that takes way too long. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Blastoise goes down, but it allowed me to bring in Snorlax for free and take out Gengar for the game win. Fast and easy. Okay, glad I doubled it. Farigiraf should move next, right? Good job, me. Bro, is it even moving right now? At this point, I got like 10 minutes left until the season ends. Game 2 was without a doubt one of the most memorable so far. This man will be devastated if I bring Blastoise to this match. Okay, he's standing by thinking about picking a couple fire types on his team. Okay, Ditto and Infernape. Who did I throw it on the right? So help me, please tell me it's Farigiraf. You gotta be kidding me. My opponent sent out Ditto, which immediately copied my Blastoise. An Armortail check allowed Farigiraf a free attack into Infernape, getting the one-hit KO. Charizard gets sent out, who immediately launched the one attack I keep forgetting about. If I lose to Mono Fire with Blastoise as my main attacker, I'm gonna freak out. I need to live this. I'm not going to. Ditto launches a Water Spout and knocks out Blastoise. Well, there goes our Blastoise against a team of all fire types. He did nothing. Okay, Trick Room goes up, so that's good. Most likely. And Snorlax switches in. This allows Rain Dance to go up first, putting Snorlax in a perfect spot to sweep the rest of the game. I have a question. In that situation right there, when we're waiting for him to throw out another Pokemon, why don't we attack the trainer? So it seems that the biggest lesson that I have learned between 12 days ago and now is that I'm just bringing Snorlax more. That's it. That's the lesson. And it's simply because I want to. In game 3, my opponent had nothing but strong meta Pokemon. Okay. Now this is what I'm talking about. And what I mean by that is this is what I'm talking about is so stupid. I have nothing for that Floette. I honestly feel like I don't need Aerodactyl for this. But with that being said, that probably means that I do. Because usually whatever I am feeling like, it's the opposite is probably the best play. Blastoise Dark Pulse the Scarf Basculegion, and I can only imagine my opponent's face as Farigiraf took his hoof and kicked King Gambit right in the chest. This guy's favorite Pokemon. King Gambit, Basculegion, Sneasler. The Greats. Is that a mustache, by the way? Charizard switches in. Now is typically the part of the game where my Blastoise gets solar beamed. But my opponent doesn't really have any speed control, so now would be a great time to bring an Aerodactyl and keep the pressure up on King Gambit. I switch out Blastoise and King Gambit protects, and sure enough, a solar beam goes straight into Aerodactyl. Okay, it should be into Aerodactyl and then his Focus Sash should proc. Oh my gosh, it didn't even need it. Now I am exerting nothing but offensive pressure. Aerodactyl threatens a KO on Charizard, and Farigiraf threatens a KO on King Gambit. Surprisingly, my opponent stays in, allowing me to take both KOs. Thank goodness, I was so confident it was gonna miss. Okay. Great work, Farigiraf. Is that thing King Gambit is sitting on, is that part of him? He just has that coming out of... You know what I mean? My opponent reveals Aerodactyl to be their last Pokemon, and I Trick Room, allowing Blastoise, Torterra, and Farigiraf to all outspeed it. Alright, well, that was a lot of strong Pokemon there. Mega Charizard, Basculegion, King Gambit, and Aerodactyl. Of course, I was using Aerodactyl, so we are on a win streak bonus. Let's go choke. Game 4, my opponent brought Donkey Kong. What is happening? Okay. Farigiraf and Blastoise stare down Ninetales and Rotom. It started to snow. I think I'm okay with that. Blastoise fakes out Rotom, and Ninetales uses a move I have never heard of. Aurora Veil Pokemon. What does it do? Protective Barrier reduces damage by 50%? I double switch to Snorlax, who can take ice attacks well, and switch in Torterra to eat the lightning attack I assumed Rotom used. Rotom used Thunder. Great job. Okay, live that. And I forgot about Torterra's 4 times weakness to ice. Listen. Okay, great. Now that I have your attention, observe. I'm able to use the next several turns of Trick Room to knock out Rotom and their Mega Venusaur, losing my Farigiraf along the way. Oh no! Please do 24%. Yes! Okay. They're gonna bring out Sneasler. They don't even have it. He's just gonna come out. That's how clutch that Pokemon is. They reveal Farigiraf as their last Pokemon, and he knows Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt. Why is everyone running Thunderbolt? Okay, well, we need Snorlax to KO the rest of the team. Which I think is just these two, right? I should have gone for Farigiraf, I think. Oh my gosh, that does so much. Now I just have to hope that Snorlax is bulky enough to make it all the way until the end of the game. It does no damage because I'm the best? Yes. What? Oh, wait, Snorlax is so slow. Okay, my bad. I overreacted there. That one's on me. Special defense fell. That's actually really bad. That should be a KO, though. Okay. And then all we need is just to survive that one Moonblast, even though our special defense fell, which is terrible. I don't know the damage calculations for this. I could be 100% dead. I have no idea. Apparently, there's a lot to think about. Okay, I've used more time than my opponent. I'd like to apologize. Blizzard. Okay, don't freeze. No freeze. No freeze. Yes! Okay. Whew. A long, drawn-out slam fest against the giddy old man Maurice ends in victory because Snorlax stood on the battlefield the entire game. Rank 2? In game 5, another Mega Charizard. That's just so many good Pokemon. I have to remember that Charizard knows Solar Beam. How does he have a shiny Milotic? I don't even have a normal one. Okay, they're on a 3-win streak. He's got all kinds of accolades. I'm in the default outfit. My opponent brings Aerodactyl and Whimsicott against my Blastoise and Farigiraf. Interesting, interesting. And then I find out it is not, in fact, another Mega Charizard. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. This is the first time I've ever played against Mega Aerodactyl. Okay, Tailwind goes up, which is great, as long as they don't Rock Slide and I flinch. Okay. Well, someone's gonna flinch. I can feel it. Okay, he didn't. That's good. Big damage on Aerodactyl. Okay, there goes Mega Aerodactyl. If Farigiraf did not flinch, we are in such good shape, I can't even begin to describe it, even though I just did. Dang it. Archaludon comes out. Well, he can't Electro Shot me immediately, right? And he knows Thunderbolt, doubling into Blastoise, taking the knockout. Oh no. Am I dead? Shoot. And Farigiraf is finally able to get up Trick Room. Farigiraf and Torterra double into the Archaludon, and my opponent reveals Sneasler. Headlong Rush. This will do what? 10%? Okay. Oh, yes, and there's Sneasler. Okay. And I need to find a way to take that KO as soon as possible. There's no reason to protect. The Sneasler is dead. Unless it's not. Unless it's Sash. We haven't seen a Sash. Protect Torterra. So he Dire Claws into Torterra. I Psychic. Sash. Block. Overthought it. Great work. For the 6-win streak. Come on, show me something. Show me something good. And by good, I mean something bad. Sneasler, King Gambit, Basculegion. How do you come up with that one? I have not seen that combo yet. I try to take 2 early KOs instead of focusing on the future turns, so that should be a dead fish. Okay. Sash. That wasn't Sash? I did 99%. And I lose Farigiraf, who is my main answer for Sneasler. So hopefully, he just didn't bring it. Basculegion goes down and Aerodactyl tailwinds. He knows ball. That's an issue. Mega Frostlass gets sent out and I use Rock Slide and Water Spout for huge damage. Oh! You crit the wrong guy, man! Which just leaves the final 2v2 where I reveal Snorlax and my opponent, if he's Sneasler, I think I lose, right? Reveals Sneasler. Sadness. Alright, game 7. My opponent has a pretty unique team, and I'm not entirely sure what to do. Aerodactyl and Blastoise sit across from Weavile and Incineroar. I fake out Incineroar and Rock Slide both Pokemon. Okay, well, I don't know what Weavile does, but we're gonna find out. Oh my gosh, okay, maybe not. Turn 2, I Tailwind, so Blastoise can launch a max HP Water Spout before Weavile can move. My opponent sends out Lycanroc, and I plan to just use Water Spout again. Okay, I feel like they're just in such a terrible spot right now, because I can just Water Spout for free. Surely that's a dead dog. Making sure my dog wasn't around. Kidding, of course. Okay. I hate the Focus Sash. You drop a nuke on me, I'm holding the Focus Sash? Endeavor brings Blastoise down to the same exact HP as Lycanroc, which is 1. I will not let you get away with this. Neither of you. Okay, you can go. Torterra takes the KO on Lycanroc, and I switch Blastoise into Dedenne. Torterra goes down, and I bring an Aerodactyl for a Helping Hand boosted Rock Slide for the game win. Don't miss. Don't you dare miss. Don't you dare. Goodbye. Dedenne! Dedenne. Good job. Back to the bench. Game 8, another interesting team. This is bad for me because I don't know what is going on. Farigiraf and Blastoise stare down Farigiraf and Talonflame. Okay, what kind of lead is this? Well, that's not good. Farigiraf uses Hyper Beam. I'm actually going to live that, no problem. Oh my gosh, I actually did. That looked like it hurt. But me personally, I would tank that as well. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. Now Blastoise can launch a max HP Water Spout, and Farigiraf can set up Trick Room. Yeah, perfect. Always click Trick Room. My opponent sends in Blastoise. I switch in Snorlax, and Blastoise fires a fighting-type attack into Snorlax, who narrowly hangs on. I cannot believe he lived. And that is actually enough to win me the game. Despite being low health, Snorlax is actually the fastest on the field, and with a few clutch protects, Snorlax stays alive to the end of the game, and I win. Game 9. Ah, yes. Why does no one ever bring Garchomp against me? Is there a reason for that? Blastoise and Farigiraf stare down Garchomp and Aerodactyl. Okay, never mind. What does Garchomp do? Once again, I'll be saving Aerodactyl as late as I can to deal with Charizard. My opponent targets Blastoise as Trick Room goes up. I switch into Snorlax as my Blastoise goes down, unable to take a single KO. You need to live that. Okay, that's fine. I didn't think I was gonna live. Oh man, Dedenne would be so great. Wait, no it wouldn't. Sending back out Farigiraf, I'm hoping to double attack into Garchomp, but I doubt it'll get the KO. I don't even know why you would protect. Yep. I hate Rough Skin. Oh. Golly, I don't even think Psychic's gonna do 33%. I actually think he's gonna live this turn. As always, my intuition. Completely incorrect. Just a Rock Slide. Which we live. Oh my gosh, Snorlax. Hold on! King Gambit gets sent out, and to be honest, I have no clue how this turn will play out. That does nothing. Okay, 16% is pretty good. That's pretty much how much damage I was doing to live that, Farigiraf. Oh no. Oh. Farigiraf at 1 HP and Aerodactyl now have to take down King Gambit, Aerodactyl, and presumably a Mega Charizard Y in the back. The thing is, we have no idea whose Aerodactyl will move first, and for all I know, we could be speed time, meaning I have a 50-50 shot at moving first. Aerodactyl is the biggest threat to the Charizard in the back, and Farigiraf will certainly take a KO on the King Gambit if it's left alive. I could protect Aerodactyl this turn to try and save him, but if King Gambit goes into Farigiraf, then I won't accomplish anything this turn, and I will probably lose without ever even seeing Charizard. I can't really find a good play, and I figure I have to risk a speed tie at some point. So I lock in Low Kick into the King Gambit and a Rock Slide just in case there's a random Charizard switch in. King Gambit brings down Aerodactyl to 1 HP and takes a 4-time super effective Low Kick, which just leaves the 2 Aerodactyl, probably both locked in a Rock Slide. If my opponent's Aerodactyl goes first and connects, I will lose on the spot. If my Aerodactyl moves next, that's so much money. Is that me? Oh my... Pause. My 2 Pokemon at 1 HP are clutching up the game. And with the opposing Aerodactyl down, Farigiraf can finally munch on his berry. Trick Room ends, meaning my Aerodactyl is now faster than the newly revealed Mega Charizard. All Aerodactyl has to do is use Rock Slide and connect for a 1-hit KO. A 90% accurate move. If I miss this Rock Slide, I am going to freak out. Oh my gosh, if I miss this Rock Slide, so help me. If I get this close and lose. Aerodactyl, please. This KOs. Was not even a problem. Was not close. I was not worried. Oh my gosh, that guy got scammed. That was fantastic. Undeserved. Put me in rank 1. Oh man, I can taste it. Okay, I need to take a walk here. That made me so nervous. Oh my gosh. I am 2 wins away from hitting Master Ball. However, if you've been watching the video with your eyes, you may have noticed a trend. There is a lot of Mega Charizards, and I'm about to play 4 more. The games go loss, win-win. Nothing quite like a repetitive story that goes nowhere. So we're going to skip these games and pick up exactly where we left off. 2 wins away from hitting Master Ball. Game 14, my opponent had Mega Charizard, but thankfully he didn't bring it. My opponent sends out Kangaskhan and Whimsicott, and I send out Blastoise and Farigiraf. Not feeling any offensive pressure, I decide to try and get Snorlax into position. So I swap out Blastoise, and then my opponent... That's the first time I've seen that. He's got a kid? Oh, he grew up. They grew up so fast. Yeah, you can't do that, though. The turn ends with Farigiraf setting up Trick Room, putting me in a great spot. My opponent protects Whimsicott and Kangaskhan. Sucker Punch. K. Was not paying attention. He was eating on the first turn. That's fine. Oh my gosh, that does great job, Snorlax. I love you. You know what? That actually did a fair amount of damage. Because it usually does like 4 damage. Just push me all the way there. Oh my gosh, I need this. I told Iljone to assemble a team of 5 of my favorite Pokemon. And put 1 Pokemon of his choice in the team. And the 1 Pokemon he put on the team has single-handedly won me pretty much every game. Oh my gosh, I need this so badly. After a long month, it has come down to 1 final game. What is going on? This team is unlike anything I've ever seen before. I guess I see the rain setup, but to be honest, I don't really know. I imagine the Floette is capable of setting up with Calm Mind, and Sinistcha's there to support it, and Arcaludon probably fills the same role that Floette does, and Sableye can pretty much use any move in the game. I think it's going to be an Arcaludon-Sableye lead. That would threaten Blastoise and Farigiraf with a lot of damage, and my opponent will use that pressure to set up. So I'm going to change it up and lead Aerodactyl and Dedenne. From there, Arcaludon will most likely protect, and Sableye will do some weird setup move. Meanwhile, I'll use Tailwind and get off a Dazzling Gleam, hopefully knocking out Sableye, and then I'll get a chance to Super Fang the bulky Arcaludon afterwards, bringing it to 50%. Tony, I need you to just forfeit. I hope your mom calls you to dinner. My prediction was slightly off, and I am left staring at one of the Pokemon that I know nothing about. What was its name? I genuinely don't even know. Espathra. I ignore it, sticking to my original game plan. Sableye uses Light Screen, reducing the damage of special moves by 50% for 5 turns. I Tailwind, doubling the speed of my whole team, and Dedenne's super effective Dazzling Gleam does 39% to Sableye. Oh my gosh, Dedenne, I need you to swing harder than that. Calm Mind. I'm about to get swept by an ostrich. Espathra uses Calm Mind, boosting its special attack and special defense, and reveals its ability Speed Boost. I need to find a way to get rid of Espathra before it can use whatever insane attack it has. Okay, I need to Google that thing's weakness. Ostrich weakness. Poachers. I switch in Blastoise, who has a super effective Dark Pulse, and Dedenne uses Dazzling Gleam again, and Espathra for the second time uses Calm Mind and gets a Speed Boost. Oh my gosh, he's like plus 80. At this point, either Blastoise or Dedenne will go down to Espathra's attack. And being able to land both moves would be a KO, but Espathra's gonna move first, which will for sure take out one of my 2 Pokemon. The turn begins and Sableye disables Dedenne's Dazzling Gleam and Espathra Calm Minds again, meaning my Super Fang and super effective Dark Pulse into Espathra will both land. And Espathra reveals a Resist Berry, making it take half damage from the Dark type move for 1 turn, meaning my Dark Pulse falls just short of a KO. This coming turn, Espathra will still only be able to take 1 KO, and Sableye will disable or encore one of my Pokemon. And I don't really feel like guessing, so I switch both Pokemon out, letting either Farigiraf or Aerodactyl, who just switched in, go down. Whatever that ostrich touches, dies. I think I'm overthinking this. I think I just should have attacked. Because if... Oh my gosh, I'm panicking. I don't know what the ostrich does. Hopefully he went into Aerodactyl, because let's be honest, he's a wet noodle anyway. Encore does nothing. The Sableye is actively doing nothing. Baton Pass. Oh my gosh, I'm so dead. Oh my gosh. Baton Pass causes the user to switch out, passing along whatever stat boosts it currently has to the Pokemon that just replaced it. I lost. Okay, here it comes. He's been waiting all... I think that looks like it's into... I'm actually alive. Bro, if I just killed that ostrich to begin with instead of attacking Sableye like a moron. Goodbye. I can't believe I lost this. Live. Alright. Yeah, alright, now I know what Baton Pass is. Okay, so Rock Slide Flinch into Rock Slide Flinch. No, just one. We just need one. That doesn't kill. Oh my gosh, that means I'm dead next turn. He won because of Quick Attack. I gotta stand up. This was devastating. Bro, I did I just couldn't hit his Sneasler to save my life. I just have to not bring Snorlax to that. It's so strong. It's so strong. Oh my gosh, I almost fell out of rank 1. Alright, 50%. Good job. Kill? I don't even know what... That was great! Daddy! Live that? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Oh, it's not very effective. No, Daddy! Oh, why is he so fast? Shoot, I made the wrong play. Dang. Oh no, that's gonna do so much. Farigiraf live. Man, I threw away the game. Shoot, man. The games keep going so well, and then I throw them away. Farigiraf did nothing. That was really bad. I'm about to get demoted. Alright. I should probably stop playing for the day, but I feel like I can't stop playing. The season is just about to end, and getting all the way to a promotion game, losing, and then not hitting Master Ball because the season ended would really suck. The promotion game all the way to the demotion game. I have the free time now, but I'm just super tilted, and I'm thinking much less about what I'm doing, and right now, I don't even really know what to make of this team. Blastoise and Torterra should be good. Setting up Trick Room will probably be risky, but whatever. Okay, come on. Let's focus. Let's focus. Let's focus. Come on, come on, come on, come on. The game starts with Aggron and Tyranitar, Farigiraf and Blastoise, and my camera in the middle of the screen. Because there's a chance I'm faster than Tyranitar. My camera's in the middle of the screen, so help me. I think Blastoise is the fastest on the field, so I click Water Spout, and sure enough, I move first. Oh my gosh, I do get off the Water Spout. So much damage, please. Tyranitar lived? Oh, it crit Aggron. Okay, well that's fantastic. I think that's a free win. But this is pretty similar to some of my last games, where I took a huge lead and then just threw it all away. I always start the game good, and then I throw. Archaludon comes out. I swap Blastoise for Torterra, Tyranitar protects, and Archaludon launches an electric attack into the immune Torterra. Excellent, doesn't affect Torterra. And then Low Kick does nothing. So just Headlong Rush into that slot, because I think it's fine. Tyranitar switches for Mimikyu, and Archaludon targets down for Farigiraf. Oh, am I dead? And Torterra barely misses a knockout on Archaludon. Oh my... Wait, I can just fake out. I send out Blastoise, faking out Archaludon, bringing it to 1 HP. But just to cover for the Archaludon protecting, I use Shell Smash on Torterra, raising his speed to be higher than Archaludon's, guaranteeing I will outspeed my opponent as long as Torterra remains on the field. Torterra takes the knockout and is able to clean up the remaining Mimikyu and low health Tyranitar. Demotion has been halted. Finally, a win. Stopping me from demotion and keeping my hopes just barely alive. Here's to this person having a terrible team. Yep. Bro, can we stop with the Conkeldurr? It was funny at first. And by at first, I mean the first time I saw him, because he's got a clown nose. Is this actually smart? Is having Snorlax in front of a fighting type smart? No. It's not. But what does Torterra bring to the table? Nothing. Charizard and Venusaur sit across from Farigiraf and Blastoise. From previous games, I decided the best thing to do here is fake out Venusaur. A Sleep Powder from Venusaur could completely stop Trick Room, and its Solar Beam is stronger than Charizard's, whose Solar Beam usually leaves me with just a few HP remaining. I also think that Charizard using Solar Beam here is super obvious, and maybe there's a chance my opponent doesn't go for it, thinking that I'm gonna cover for it. The turn starts. Blastoise fakes out Venusaur, and Charizard Solar Beams directly into Blastoise, who lives at 5 HP. Farigiraf sets up Trick Room, meaning both of my Pokemon will be moving first next turn. Surely my opponent will feel pressured to switch, or protect. I don't think he would switch into Conkeldurr because my Farigiraf, who can use a super effective Psychic move, is out on the field. And switching out my Blastoise right now will allow me to fake out one more time later in the game. So if there's probably not going to be a fighting type on the field, it means it's the perfect opportunity to switch in Snorlax. The turn starts and I swap Blastoise for Snorlax. Charizard protects, Farigiraf uses Rain Dance, putting out the sun Charizard just set up, and Venusaur uses the Grass-type Energy Ball into the newly revealed Snorlax. Farigiraf is now threatening a super effective Psychic into Venusaur, and Charizard needs to switch out and switch back in if he ever wants to set up the sun again. I have so much offensive pressure, it is the perfect time to Belly Drum, losing half my HP but raising my attack 6 stages. The turn starts and no one switches. Snorlax Belly Drums, Farigiraf uses Psychic, bringing Venusaur to critical health. I can't believe they didn't switch out. Earth Power goes into Farigiraf. Earth Power! Oh, that's into Farigiraf. That's fine. Pause. Hold on. And Heat Wave in the rain does almost no damage to either Pokemon. Oh my gosh. Okay. My opponent didn't target Snorlax, and they are now in an even worse spot. Okay, so now they're in the worst position known to man, which is why I belly drummed. Okay, let me not start talking like I knew what I was doing. I'm in trouble. Probably. They just have to survive the Trick Room, so I'm assuming they're just gonna spam Protect, which is why we belly drum a second time. Yeah, you're dead. Okay, you did not need to crit there. Or maybe he did. Okay, that should be a dead Rotom. Yes. Okay, this is so good. This is so good. Settle down. Why am I acting like we're about to get promoted to Master? Because we are. Conkeldurr is the last Pokemon remaining, but the damage has already been done. So are those pillars like a part of him? Or can you just bring souvenirs into the Pokeball with you? Like, how does that work? Okay, good win. 2 wins in a row. The world and my mental health is healing as I inch closer to another promotion game. Oh my gosh, the amount of times I see... Okay, Arcaludon, Sneasler, Basculegion, and Kingambit. Those are now my favorite Pokemon. Real talk? Do I just lose? We're both on 2 win streaks. Uh-oh. We're both trying to get there, I know. It's a struggle. Frostlass and Incineroar stand across from Farigiraf and Blastoise. Incineroar can't fake me out because of Armor Tail, and getting rid of Frostlass now would be perfect to help out Torterra later. So instead of a fake out, I click Dark Pulse. Incineroar's fake out fails due to Armor Tail, and Frostlass sets up Aurora Veil, resisting all incoming damage, and Dark Pulse brings Frostlass down to 26% health, and Trick Room goes up. Meaning for the next several turns, my Blastoise will be moving before Frostlass. Farigiraf can't do too much now, and is threatened by a Dark move from Incineroar, and Frostlass will probably protect because of the offensive pressure from Blastoise. I send out Torterra. Frostlass protects, and Incineroar is able to live a Water Spout thanks to the Aurora Veil. I've seen them live it before. Max HP Water Spout, the Incineroar lives. Crazy. I'm a little scared to lose Torterra here because I need him if my opponent has Arcaludon in the back. And thanks to Trick Room, my opponent's Incineroar is the fastest thing on the field. I protect Torterra. Darkest Lariat goes into Blastoise, and Blastoise takes the KO on Mega Frostlass. Sneasler is revealed, who can now use Fake Out, and Incineroar threatens a KO on Torterra. Now would be the perfect time to send out Farigiraf, who not only threatens Sneasler, but stops Fake Out thanks to Armor Tail. And maybe I can set up Trick Room again right after it ends. Hopefully I don't come off weird as I'm explaining my thought process. I'm not explaining it because I think that I'm talented. I'm explaining it because otherwise there's no thoughts in my head. The turn starts. Torterra switches into Farigiraf, who stops Fake Out and tanks a Flare Blitz from Incineroar. Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh, it didn't activate the berry. That's okay. Blastoise Water Pulses Incineroar for the KO. Sneasler was kind of a sitting duck that turn though, but now it's still a sitting duck. Because we're in Trick Room, so Sneasler kind of has to protect now. And if this is Arcaludon, then I'm really glad I saved Torterra, because that's kind of the only thing, only thing I have to hit it. I assume Sneasler has a Focus Sash here, so I double it hoping to get a knockout before it moves, and accepting whatever attack Arcaludon uses. If I go down, I'll be able to bring in Torterra. We'll Water Pulse the Sneasler, because I don't think it matters. Okay. I just cannot believe that 4 times effective Psychic doesn't kill. Thank goodness. Okay, well, at least we doubled it. Draco Meteor. Okay, now he's at -2. Arcaludon uses Draco Meteor, which Blastoise lives, and my opponent knows it's over. Okay, Aurora Veil's finally... Oh, that's because he had Aurora Veil. That's why they live in all that. Okay, well, Aurora Veil gives up. And so does the Pokemaniac, bringing me to a 3-game win streak, and for the second time, a promotion game. All the way. Okay. Promotion game. Promotion game. Promotion game. The last time I was in this position, Tony showed up. Ruined my life. I will never live that down. We had Tony, now we have Irvin. Irvin, hopefully you're using something bad. Okay, think. What do we notice? Farigiraf can use Trick Room. Rotom is super threatening into Blastoise. Charizard, I'm sure, has Solar Beam, so I have to make sure I don't forget that. The whole team is fast. Why is the whole team fast? Especially when he has Farigiraf, who's such a popular Trick Room setter. It has to be Imprison. If Farigiraf uses Imprison, then none of my Pokemon can use moves the opposing Farigiraf knows, including Trick Room. I think there's a really good chance I'm going to be sealed off from Trick Room, my core strategy of this entire team for the whole game. Aerodactyl is a must then. He's a direct counter to Charizard and is capable of using Tailwind, which is the only speed control I have if I'm going to be sealed off from Trick Room. I have to bring my main attacker Blastoise as well. There's just no replacing him. If I do manage to get off a Trick Room, the obvious last two are Farigiraf and Snorlax, but just in case the opposing Farigiraf knows Imprison, I don't think I can even go all in on this strategy, so I'm gonna leave Snorlax behind. Dedenne might work against Garchomp, but I'm not that scared of Garchomp, and I need a Pokemon that can work both in Trick Room just in case and Tailwind. It's gotta be Torterra. Shell Smash can be a last-ditch effort for speed control. Surely my opponent brings Charizard and Rotom Wash. Farigiraf will be there if it knows Imprison, and Garchomp will be there as long as my opponent doesn't get scared of Dedenne for some reason. I think my opponent's gonna bring Charizard, Rotom, Garchomp, and Farigiraf, so I'm bringing Blastoise, Farigiraf, Torterra, and Aerodactyl. I feel like that was pretty good. I mean, compared to a month ago? Okay, first instinct here. Nothing. I got no clue what to do. All right, Irvin. Basculegion and Farigiraf sit across from Farigiraf and Blastoise. I was right, surely Farigiraf is going for Imprison, but missing an opportunity to get up Trick Room on turn 1 because I overpredicted would be so awful, and it's not game ending if it doesn't work out. The turn starts and Basculegion uses Flip Turn and Rotom gets sent out, taking 43% from Dark Pulse. Farigiraf imprisons. I knew it! Time to pivot. I double switch Blastoise into Torterra and Farigiraf into Aerodactyl. My opponent uses Helping Hand and boosts Rotom's Thunderbolt, which goes straight into the newly revealed Torterra. Aerodactyl tailwinds, doubling the speed stat of my whole team, and my opponent uses Trick Room. I have just doubled my speed and my opponent reversed the speed order. Hopefully I've learned how to play defense by now, because for the next 4 turns, my opponent will always move first. I protect Aerodactyl. Farigiraf uses Dazzling Gleam, and Rotom uses Hydro Pump into Aerodactyl's Protect, and Torterra takes the KO on Rotom. 3 turns of Trick Room remaining. My opponent sends out Charizard. I double switch. Torterra for Farigiraf and Aerodactyl for Blastoise. My opponent uses Dazzling Gleam, bringing my Farigiraf to below half HP, causing it to eat its Citrus Berry, healing 25%. Charizard Mega Evolves and uses a Sun-boosted Heat Wave, and Farigiraf hangs on at 4 HP. 2 turns of Trick Room remaining. My opponent now will be able to attack both Blastoise and Farigiraf before I can move. The turn starts and my opponent protects Charizard. Maybe they don't have Solar Beam. Dazzling Gleam knocks out Farigiraf. 1 turn of Trick Room remaining. I send out Aerodactyl. My opponent's Charizard retreats. I swap out Aerodactyl for Blastoise, who eats a Flip Turn, and Charizard is back on the field and tanks the Seed Bomb intended for Basculegion. I send back out Aerodactyl for Torterra. Charizard switches out again, dodging the Rock Slide, but I covered for the Basculegion switch, and instead of using a Water move, my Dark Pulse takes the KO on Basculegion. My opponent Trick Rooms again, allowing Charizard to move before Aerodactyl. Charizard hits the field, resetting the sun. Blastoise launches a half damage Water Pulse, bringing Charizard to below half, and Charizard reveals Solar Beam, which goes into Aerodactyl's Protect. 3 turns of Trick Room remaining. My opponent needs Trick Room so Charizard can move before Aerodactyl, and I need to survive Trick Room so Aerodactyl can move before Charizard. As I realize my personal timer has fallen below 60 seconds. If it expires, I lose. I think Aerodactyl has enough health to make it through the end of the turn, so I switch Blastoise and go for Rock Slide, but Charizard protects, and Dazzling Gleam does more than I expect to Aerodactyl. Whoever can hit the other first between Charizard and Aerodactyl will win this game. 2 turns of Trick Room remaining. I swap in Blastoise and protect Aerodactyl. Blastoise goes down to Heat Wave, and my opponent reverses the Trick Room early. If my opponent can use Trick Room one more time before Farigiraf goes down, it will ensure for the rest of the game Charizard will always move before Aerodactyl. Torterra has to knock out Farigiraf before it can use Trick Room, or I lose. My timer is now at 24 seconds. Charizard has to use Protect in order to avoid the Rock Slide, and I'm hoping Headlong Rush will do enough damage to KO Farigiraf. The turn starts, Charizard protects, and Torterra's Headlong Rush KOs Farigiraf. Yes! Oh my gosh, I just can't miss. As my time ticks down to 12 seconds, Charizard will no doubt click Heat Wave, knocking out both of my Pokemon. I could protect and stall out the sun, but I really don't want my timer to expire. After all, Trick Room never got set up, meaning before Charizard can move, Aerodactyl gets to use one last attack before finally going down. The 4-time super effective Rock Slide with an accuracy of 90%. If Aerodactyl connects, it's over. I know it's gonna miss. I know it's gonna miss. Oh no! No! He lived. He lived. I get it. I get a redeeming. I get another chance. Oh my gosh! Okay, I got 12 seconds to click Rock Slide. One more chance, Aerodactyl. I need this.
Behold, the Mighty Mice 2. This coming month, I'm actually going to be quitting my job. I am packing up, moving, starting a new job in a new place, and marrying my best friend. So, if this video works out, we have beat a human. I learned this game. That worked out so well. I cannot believe I'm using my favorite Pokemon. This is the last recording before the big day. And it all comes together. Quite a miracle, that would be. I told Iljone to assemble a team of 5 of my favorite Pokemon and put 1 Pokemon of his choice in the team. And the 1 Pokemon he put on the team has single-handedly won me pretty much every game. So I am so thankful that the story of the Mighty Mice 2, after a long month, 6 of my favorite Pokemon comes to an end. Actually doing me really right now.
Aerodactyl, please! Yes, yes, yes! Yes! Oh my gosh! And he crit for extra measure. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Irvin Falls! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Oh my gosh, I can't believe he missed Chubby Master. Please? Yeah, baby! No way. Oh, thank goodness. We got it. Right before the season ends, too. Okay, we just have to rely on Pelipper now. Dude, I've been... Alright. Bro, hold this for me. Yeah. I've been playing on hard mode this whole time? Bro, that was game like 10. Okay.